What's up, everybody? Noki's back here for a promised video. We got Wandavision. This morning. The first 2 episodes dropped. Now we only get 1 episode a week for the next 7 weeks. Throughout the 7 weeks and through every single Marvel thing, I will be watching and reviewing every single thing for you guys. Let's get this out of the way first. I am not a MCU. I'm not a huge fan of the MCU. I love the MCU. I do. I have not seen every movie, though. I've seen a good majority of them to understand the plot points, the stories. But this year, to celebrate everything going a little bit back to normal, and we're getting WandaVision, we're getting Loki, we're getting Falcon and Winter Soldier, we're getting What If. We are getting a lot of stuff this year from Marvel. So, to get ready for Spider-Man, I'm going to, maybe even Black Widow. I'm planning on going through every single Marvel movie that I have not seen and touching on the ones that I do really like. So, if you don't know what WandaVision is, this is a callback to classic television. The first 2 episodes dropped today, and it's pretty much just them living the suburban lifestyle with the MCU mixed into it. So, I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. If you don't know classic television like I do, this is not going to be for everybody, okay? This is not going to be humor for everybody. But there is MCU moments here and there where they go from the humor right into something serious, and it just gets a little bit uncomfortable, but it still works. The first 2 episodes I'm going to say are based off of Bewitched in a certain way, because Samantha in Bewitched was a witch. She could move things with her mind, with her powers, and that's what Wanda does. Now, we even get Agnes in here. Agnes is the name of their neighbor, played by Kathryn Hahn, which, by the way, I freaking love Kathryn Hahn. Kathryn Hahn is one of the greatest actresses working today. Whenever she's in anything, I get so excited. Ever since, Bad Moms and everything else, she's just an amazing actress, and she gives it her all here. This has the classic 1950s, 1960s humor to it. It's very clean, a couple dams here and there is some sexual references in here, which is very interesting. This is a show that harkens back to the classic TV age. The first episode that came out was all about this dinner party, and it is every misunderstanding that you have seen. There is a heart on the calendar for August 23rd, and they can't remember what that date means. Is it their anniversary? Is it somebody's birthday? Is it a special event? So, Vision goes to work, and he gets reminded by his boss, Mr. Hart, that he has supper. He has to do dinner with him and his wife. And his wife is played by Jonna DeRupp. This is the actress who I grew up watching as Kitty Foreman in Friends, and a couple other things. But to me, she's always going to be Kitty Foreman. It's a very well done episode. It's very funny. Now, if you're not into classic humor, it's not going to be for you. I'm a huge fan of classic television. They don't make shows like this anymore. They don't make shows like Bewitched, like I Dream of Jeannie, The Andy Griffith Show, Green Acres. I Love Lucy. It's not like that anymore. This is not your normal, hey, this joke works. We're going to have a 16-minute laugh track to it. No, this one is pretty much like a Bewitched episode. It's very well done. The acting is superb. And they can tell, you can just tell that something's going to be off. The first 3 episodes were sent to critics. I can't wait for next week because we get the third episode and I can get all the hubbub. I have not watched any reviews. This is my first thoughts. I've heard nothing but good things though. I saw first reactions. That's it. I saw first reactions saying that everybody is obsessed with this show. They want more. The second episode is basically about Wanda and Vision doing a magic act in a talent show. If you know what Vision's power is, come on. And this is a very Bewitched style episode as well. I don't know what we're going to get with episode 3. This show is fantastic. I know a couple people are saying this is not their cup of tea. Or they didn't think it was going to be their cup of tea. Here's my suggestion. If you don't think it's going to be your cup of tea, try the show. Keep on watching the show. It's going to change every episode. This one is based on the 1950s. The next week, and probably the next week after that, is going to be based on the 1960s, from what I'm thinking. The end of the... Which, by the way, this is not a spoiler. You know they go from black and white to color. It was in the trailer. The end of the second episode, they go from black and white to color. We know that Wanda gets pregnant in this season. That happens at the very tail end of season 1, episode 2. I can't wait for episode 3, and I can't wait to see what all the Marvel shows have in store for us. I have faith in Disney Plus. I loved every single episode of The Mandalorian. I have full faith in Kevin Feige in running every single film and every single show. I've only been disappointed in a couple of them, but let's be honest. What studio doesn't have a couple flops here and there and a couple just mediocre-ish projects? WandaVision is not one of those mediocre projects. Now, it would be really, really stupid. It would be stupid to compare this to The Mandalorian, because that's Star Wars. You don't compare the quality between that show and this show because they are two completely different shows. There are a couple moments here and there in WandaVision where you know that something's going to go down. You just don't know what's going to go down. The episode lengths range from 29 minutes to 36 minutes. That's actually wrong. They did a very good job of adding in a commercial to every single episode so far. To both episodes, we got one about a toaster and one about a watch. That is very 1950s, and they do a great job of timing these out, making them feel exactly the right length. 21 minutes without the end credits. And by the way, I was one of those fans who just had to skip to the very end of the end credits because it's Marvel. It's Marvel. We know in our brains, when it's a comic book something, we go to the very end. We stay till the very, very end. And there's no end credits scene. I'm not going to say there's not going to be, though. The very last episode, I'm anticipating a nice little intro into Falcon and Winter Soldier, which comes out in May? April, May? We're going to get a solid few months of Marvel. We're not going to get any Star Wars until later 2021. I believe we are getting the Bad Batch. Maybe summer, fall. I'm hoping for a 22 episodes. This, we are getting 9 episodes. We got the first 2 episodes today. I will see you guys next Friday for the 3rd episode review. I really enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of Bewitched. I'm a big fan of classic television sitcoms, and this has the same feel to it. Stay tuned later today for my review of One Night in Miami. If I have time, I will actually get my review out for Outside the Wire. Double Dad came out on Netflix. I don't know if I'm going to watch that, but sometime this weekend you will be getting my review for Outside the Wire. And today One Night in Miami, the Oscar contender that everybody has been talking about. And we got some major news that dropped over the past couple days, and I may do a video on that. So I will see all of you guys next week for WandaVision and on Sunday or Monday for my Hallmark movie review for 2 for the win.